Coco Gauff is taking her career in a new direction, leaving Roger Federer's Team 8 and joining up with entertainment moguls WME. And she has launched Coco Gauff Enterprises.
Coco Gauff is stepping into a new era, and this time she's not waiting for permission. At just 21 years old, she has made the boldest decision of her career, walking away from Team 8, the management group founded by Roger Federer, and officially launching her own company, Coco Gauff Enterprises.
They were really encouraging because they knew it was something I wanted to do. And I was like, I mean, I'm young now, but I know eventually, I'm not going to be able to be playing doubles and singles and all of that. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of it.
It was a move that came with no leaks, no rumors, no slow buildup. Just one calm, controlled announcement that sent shockwaves across the tennis world. And while thousands of fans celebrated her as a new kind of athlete entrepreneur, there was one person who definitely wasn't applauding: Aryna Sabalenka.
I was just making unforced errors. I don't know, I have to check the statistics. I think she won the match not because she played incredible, just because I made all of those mistakes from, if you look from the outside, kind of like from an easy ball.
The moment Coco revealed her new direction, insiders say the reaction across the WTA was mixed. The veterans were impressed. Rising stars were inspired. Sponsors were intrigued. But Sabalenka? Let's just say she wasn't thrilled. In fact, if you listen to the people who were there that day, irritation was written all over her face. When asked about Coco's power move during a practice session at the Cincinnati Open, she reportedly rolled her eyes, shrugged, and muttered a dry "good for her, I guess." Everyone wants to be a CEO these days. It wasn't subtle. It wasn't supportive. It was the sound of someone who felt the spotlight drifting away. But before diving into Sabalenka's reaction, it helps to understand exactly why this move from Coco Gauff hit so hard. Because it wasn't just a business announcement. It was a declaration of independence. Coco said she wanted to take more responsibility for her career as an athlete, a businesswoman, and a changemaker.
And I kind of realized that a lot of things that are told to small business owners are also things that are told to athletes and me specifically, whereas I've heard a lot that I'm too young, or that I should just focus on tennis, or that you shouldn't do multiple things at once.
She said she wanted to build something that would last beyond her playing days. In other words, at 21, she wasn't just playing the game, she was rewriting it. And the truth is, not everyone is comfortable with that level of confidence, especially when it comes from someone who is already dominating on the court. Behind the scenes, Coco explained that everyone around her supported the decision. Physically, she knew she could handle it. Mentally, it would be challenging, but it was a challenge she wanted. She spoke like someone fully aware of the long-term vision she's chasing. She knows she won't always be able to play both singles and doubles. She knows tennis doesn't last forever. But business, legacy, influence, those are things she can build now and carry forever. That mindset alone separates her from most athletes twice her age. And that's exactly where the tension with Sabalenka begins. This wasn't the first time Sabalenka reacted strongly to Coco's success. At the French Open, after losing to Gauff, she brushed off the defeat by claiming Coco hadn't played well and that she, Sabalenka, had simply made too many errors. That comment didn't age well then, and now it looks even worse. Because while Sabalenka was trying to defend a loss, Coco was busy stacking titles and now building an empire. For Sabalenka, the new announcement hit a nerve that's been building for months. Sources close to her say she's been complaining privately that Coco gets attention for everything: matches, interviews, endorsements, activism, and now business moves. To Sabalenka, it feels like Coco is everywhere. She sees headlines about Coco that aren't even about tennis. Advertisements featuring Coco. Social campaigns featuring Coco. And now a business venture that puts Coco in an entirely different category of athlete. That kind of influence can feel threatening when you're used to being the one generating headlines. And then came the moment that made everything crystal clear. During an interview, Sabalenka was asked about Coco's new business. She smiled tightly, choosing her words carefully. She said she was focused on her tennis, not on starting a company. She said her goal was to win, not to build a brand. The way she phrased it sounded harmless. But to anyone watching closely, it felt like a jab. A gentle but unmistakable dig, implying that Coco was distracted, or worse, unfocused. But the reality, the one Sabalenka, doesn't want to admit? Coco is winning matches and managing her business. She's doing both, and she's doing them well. This is where the shift in power becomes impossible to ignore. Coco isn't just a great player anymore. She's a symbol of where sports are heading. Athletes today aren't waiting until retirement to take control of their image, their contracts, or their financial futures. They're building companies, creating brands, becoming cultural forces. Serena did it. LeBron did it. Naomi Osaka did it. And now Coco Gauff is following that path in her own way. Meanwhile, Sabalenka is stuck trying to handle a different kind of pressure. For years, she built her identity on raw passion, explosive power, and emotional fire. Fans loved her for it. She became the intense, fierce warrior of the WTA. But now the discussion surrounding her isn't about her serve or her determination. It's about her reactions to Coco Gauff. When every press conference becomes a Coco question, it becomes harder to feel like the main character. And that pressure eats at anyone, especially someone as competitive as Sabalenka. But here's the irony. The more Sabalenka complains, the bigger Coco's shadow becomes. Every sarcastic comment turns into a new headline. Every eye roll gets analyzed. Every dismissive remark reignites the conversation. Sabalenka is unintentionally helping the very narrative she wants to escape. And the funniest part, Coco hasn't said a single negative word about her. Not one. No jabs. No shade. No indirect quotes. Nothing. Coco's silence speaks louder than any response ever could. While Sabalenka vents, Coco moves in silence. While Sabalenka reacts, Coco plans. One is trying to control the story. The other is writing it. Fans can see the difference. Sponsors can feel the difference. And make no mistake, brand executives pay attention. They gravitate toward athletes who are composed, articulate, and strategic. Coco fits that mold perfectly. Sabalenka, on the other hand, is passionate but unpredictable. Great for headlines. Not always great for boardrooms. And that's why this shift matters. Coco's agency isn't just a personal milestone. It is a message to the entire WTA. If she can manage her own career at 21, why can't others? Why rely on corporate management when you can hire your own team and take full control of your image? Coco isn't just building a company, she's setting a blueprint for the next generation. The reaction across the locker room proves it. Several players reportedly congratulated her privately, calling her move inspiring and courageous. They respect what she's doing. They admire her leadership. But one person who didn't say a word, Sabalenka. And that silence was louder than any insult. Because beneath the diplomatic interviews and social media posts, every athlete knows what's really happening. A subtle battle for power, perception, and influence. Every choice affects public image. Every quote gets dissected. Every headline shapes who fans connect with. At the moment, Coco's image is spotless. Strong without arrogance. Intelligent without ego. Focused without drama. The exact opposite of Sabalenka, who has built her career on intensity that sometimes spirals out of control. Coco understands that legacy isn't just about trophies. It's about impact. It's about ownership. It's about walking into any room, a press conference, a board meeting, a business pitch, and knowing you control your narrative, not the other way around. She watched Serena transform herself from a tennis legend into a global mogul. She watched LeBron build an empire outside the NBA. Coco is following that same philosophy, but at a much younger age. While Sabalenka burns hot, Coco builds slowly. One flame flickers, the other lasts. And that's why Coco's move felt like a power shift. For the first time in a long time, the WTA has a player who is changing the model. Federer's Team 8 built its image on polish, perfection, and safe PR. Coco represents something different: authenticity, voice, and unapologetic ambition. She isn't waiting for approval. She isn't playing small. She isn't playing the old game. She's creating a new one. And whether Sabalenka wants to admit it or not, she can feel the tide turning. Coco doesn't need to clap back. The wins are her clapback. The brand deals are her clapback. The business launch is her clapback. She doesn't need to win the argument. She already owns the room. Coco Gauff has become a symbol of transformation in tennis, a young athlete refusing to be boxed into a single identity, choosing instead to build a legacy that stretches far beyond the court. And that evolution is making some players very uncomfortable. So now the question becomes yours. Was Sabalenka's reaction driven by genuine frustration, or was it jealousy over Coco's next-level business move? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next deep dive into the stories shaping the world of sports. The drama is only getting started, and I'll be here to unpack every twist along the way.